Hello guys, welcome to my video, and today I'm gonna show you guys how to do a CRUD using React in the library called Axios. So here's the project. We are gonna get the users here, so when we click get, all the users will appear here. Here we can add a user, and we can update a user, and we can delete a user. It's really a simple CRUD, so there's no secret about it. So let me show you guys in the Postman how it's working, this API. It was an API created with Java, so just you guys know, here you can get the users. We have 5 users on our database. Let's add a new user. Okay, the user with the ID 12 was added. Let's find this user. Okay, here it is. Now let's update this user here. Well, let's put the nickname different. Okay, it can be this, and send. Okay, let's see. Let's click on send. Perfect, it was updated. Now let's delete this user. Okay, deleted employee. Let's find all users here again. Perfect, we are not seeing the user. So yeah, that is the project that we are gonna build. So now in the VS Code, let me show you the libraries we are using on the project. We are using Material UI for the CSS and the library Axios for the HTTP requests. So let me show you now the app.tsx. In the app.tsx, we have 4 grids here. So each grid contains like the get, the add, and the put, and then delete method. We separate in different blocks, different components actually, just to make it simple and clear, like each code, you know. So let's get started with the get first. So first we need to import the library. We have right up here the library Axios, so just make sure you import the library here. Then let's type here a try and catch method. Now let's await. We gotta use the await to await the HTTP request that we are gonna use, and we can type Axios dot get, which is the get that we are using right here, and then we can type the URL HTTP. Perfect. And then it's gonna return a promise for us. And after that, we can get the result. Let's console log first the result, just to see what we are getting on the screen. Let's come here. Let's click on get. Perfect, we are getting the result. And we have inside the res, we have the response. Actually, we have data. So it's this result we are gonna set on our state. Let's get this result and set in the state. Let's get this state up here and set the result. So res.data. Perfect, we're setting the result. Just to explain, we are using a use effect on the function, so it will render just one time the function if you're not familiar with use effect. And the use state, we are just setting our state, which is all the users, to that state, which we type here our interface, just to, you know, be more clear the user data. Now, if have any errors, let's console log any error here. And now we can map this state. Let's console log the state first. So let's come down here and let's put a console log right here. Okay, our state is being populated here. So perfect. Now we just have to map this state and display the users that we are getting in the interface. So let's map these users. Users.map and user. You can type with the interface user. I think we have one more. Okay, perfect. You can use the return now and return the box. Since we are using the map method, we can pass a key. So user dot ID. Oh, it's not a parenthesis, it's a. And now we can pass user dot ID user dot first name, user dot last name, and finally user dot email. Let's save that. Oh, here you can type user. Okay, let's save that and let's check it out. Okay, it's being displayed here, so we can use get, and when we refresh the page, it will be here because we are using use effect, so this function will be called on the first render. So yeah, it's working fine now. Now let's go to the add user, the post method. Let's copy this URL. Okay, and now it's the same idea. We are gonna use a trying cat. Let's create the trying cat method. Let's console log any error. And we can use the await method and Axios, and as you guessed, post. And let's paste the URL. Employees, the same URL you're gonna use. We don't have to change anything here. Now it's a little bit different. You're gonna use a comma right here, and we are gonna open the curly bracket, and we are gonna pass the body here. So the same thing we are passing on the postman. Let me show you. This body, we are gonna pass this body in the HTTP request. So we can kind of copy that, but let's delete this. Okay, so now we're gonna have to get the input value that the user typed. So we have the input here with an ID, and we are using a button with a submit. The type is submit, and this component is a form. So when the user click, we have all the data we need. So let me show you how to get that data. We can use the target dot first name, which is the ID dot value. Let me show you in a console log before, just to clarify. So let's show you here. Let's just comment for now, and let's click. Let's test here. Let's type test and click post. Oh, you see that page reloaded. So let's prevent this event. So let's type e.prevent default. Okay, so now we can type again, and it will work. Okay, we are getting the value here. Perfect. We're gonna do this for all the inputs here. Let's come back to the code, and let's do it again for the last name and for the email. So last name and email. Perfect. And after we post the user, we can use an alert here just to like give a response for the user on the interface that everything goes right. And if something went wrong, we can use the console log right here, or we can use an alert as well, like something went wrong. Something went wrong. Please try again. Perfect. Okay, so let's test. Let's type here new user, last name, user, something, and the email is user.email. No, yeah. Okay, let's post. We can use the network to check it out if everything went right. So post, yeah, successfully added. So everything went right, perfect. 200, the status. Let's click on get and see if our user is in our database. Yeah, it's right there. You're getting the user. Perfect. Now we can go to the put method, which is pretty similar. We can almost copy and paste. Let me show you the difference. Let's copy this code here. And let's paste here. What's the difference now? Now we wanna update a specific user with an ID. So we gotta pass the ID through the body. We could pass the ID like through the header or through other ways, but the API requires us to pass the ID through the body. So we are gonna use the ID on the body. So the same idea, we're passing the ID here, the e.target.id.value. And we are gonna save, and we can change right here. Perfect. I think we're ready to go. The code is almost the same here. The only difference we added the new input here, the ID. So let's try again. Let's test our code. Let's edit this user. So edit user, new last name. Let's do it. Let's click. Yeah, it was added. Let's click on get and check it out. See what happened here? We added the user. Why is that? Because we didn't change the Axios to put method. So now let's change here to put method and then try again. Now try again. The user with 13, let's put, okay. Now let's get the user. Perfect, it was changed. Now we are gonna have to check it out, the deleted method, which is pretty simple. We just have to pass an ID and delete it. Let's go here. Let's copy the URL again. And let's start typing here. Try and catch. Let's await with the Axios.delete this time. Let's copy here. And now we are gonna pass the ID on the URL. So let's get the ID, which is gonna be E. Here you're gonna have to change to back quote so that we can pass JavaScript code inside that. So let's pass here the e.target.id.value. And let's put here delete success, and let's change that for console log or an alert as well. Check the console for more information. Perfect, let's try. Let's test the code. We gotta delete the 14. Let's see what's gonna happen. Delete. Whoa. Okay, we forgot to put the okay, we forgot to put the e.prevent default. That's why the page reloaded a lot of times there. Let's try again. Let's refresh the page. Okay, now let's try again. 14 deleted. Perfect, everything went right. So let's get, and yeah, it is working. We can delete this one as well. So yeah, it is working in our CRUD with React and Axios. I hope it was useful for you guys. So if you have any doubts, just leave a comment below. And if you like the video, please leave a like below. And thank you so much. See you next time.